The Denver Nuggets get a win 121-119 versus the Toronto Raptors in one of the most exciting second half comebacks of the year so far to move to 4-3 on the season. The Denver Nuggets slowly but surely seem to be figuring out their rotations. No Jamal Murray. Aaron Gordon leaves with a looks like slight injury in the first half, but even still, it is the Denver Nuggets, young Bulls, that help carry them to victory. Russell Westbrook, maybe his best, at least his second best game of the year for the Nuggets, and Nikola Jokic, just an absurd stat line. The Nuggets put it all together. They get the job done, come out with a victory. Y'all know we got to get into it. Let's do it. The Denver Nuggets win 121-119 in a game they were down 14 points and had to muster all of their energy in order to make this one a victory, y'all. The energy to start this game was horrible. It was a horrible start in the first quarter, and it starts with Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic tonight did not come out with the requisite energy of a player that needed to get a win, that was desperate for wins. He was throwing the ball out of bounds. He was just doing a lot of things that you just don't want to see him do. On the night, had an incredible night. But throughout the night, Joker's defense waned in and out, and he did not give great effort until really the last 5 minutes of the game when it called for the Denver Nuggets to have to get stops, and they did. But overall, Joker had an incredible game. He had 39 minutes played, 28 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists. They took an assist away, it looks like. 10 of 22 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He had 2 blocks, and it registered as 2 steals as well. And he had 7 turnovers tonight. 7 turnovers for Nikola Jokic, and if you look at some of the passes he was throwing, they didn't make any sense, y'all. He had a pass at the end of the game. He had a pass at the end of the game, which he threw it right at Peyton Watson's feet under the basket. And so this is what I'm thinking. Look, somebody said to me that Joker was upset. He was bothered. There were some things that were not happening and not were going according to plan. The team was kind of dysfunctional. There was just a lot of ruptures in the offensive process, and so he got frustrated as a whole. So that might be why it happened, but he also was hoping that Peyton Watson was going to be looking. But, again, just stuff that he would never do in a high-leverage situation, and he just did some things that didn't make any sense today. But, again, Jokic is like, his baseline for like his play is so like high as it is. So this wasn't even like I would say a good Joker game. And he had 28, 14, and 13 on Bleacher Report. He was 10 of 22, but he was 1 of 5 from 3. He was 9 of 17 from 2 today. He had 2 blocks. His defense like showed up at points, but for the most part, it was just like really bad defense today. But Joker, man, just incredible stat line again. Michael Porter Jr., really great game. He was 19, 9, and 3 in 36 minutes. Just 7 of 16 and 3 of 10 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, but he did have an excellent block, had a steal. He was also a +1 in his minutes. Nikola Jokic was a -1 in his minutes. But Michael Porter Jr. continues to have another good game. Didn't have the most efficient game shooting the ball, but you love seeing him get 10 3-pointers up, because that's what the Nuggets are going to need within their offense. Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. combined for 15 threes. Now, they only made 4 of them. But, again, that's kind of an outlier based on how the season has gone thus far. Christian Braun, man, just another excellent game. And I really can't say enough about Christian Braun. Christian Braun got a steal on Grady Dick at the end of the game to help put the game away. 36 minutes, 17 points, 4 rebounds. 7 of 11 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. And he had a steal at the end of the game, and he was a starter's high +5. Christian Braun has continued to put together like a legitimately really, really good year so far. And I, for one, am surprised to see how well he's been able to play so far this season, just because we just hadn't seen him play at this level. And I think it's updated. Christian Braun on the year is at 14.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. 1 steal, 1 block, 35 minutes a game, 52.5% from the field, 42.1% from 3, 88.2% from the free throw line, and 63.5 true shooting. Christian Braun's slashing ability, his defense, and all that has been at the top of his game. He's been excellent at all of the little things, and it's really overall his activity, his defensive commitment, and how well he fits in with the starters. All that stuff is like showing up in really big ways, and it's making a significant difference in how well the Denver Nuggets are showing out for a lot of these games, man. And so, I mean, truly shout out Christian Braun, man, because without him playing like he's playing, the Nuggets would be screwed. But because of his consistency and his ability, man, to just kind of reach the levels that he needs to reach, he's been phenomenal for most of this year. Christian Braun has been excellent. Y'all, and then again, Aaron Gordon, like I said, he didn't get a chance to finish the game. He dealt with an injury, got put out. But Russell Westbrook, y'all. Russell Westbrook tonight had 35 minutes played, 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists for Russell Westbrook. Just an incredible performance all the way around. Looks like my camera's having some issues today. Let me go ahead and just change this up so we ain't got to deal with this. And then hopefully some of that lagging will stop. But Russell Westbrook, man, you know, I said that, like, if they couldn't get Chris Dunn, if they couldn't get, you know, Ayo Dosunmu, if they couldn't get one of those players, that they would get a player like Russell Westbrook. He's a great facsimile for what Bruce Brown is, and he has proven that to be true. Russell Westbrook has been an absolute nightmare in transition. He's been a nightmare defensively. The things that he has been able to do for this team, like, he has been excellent. He even has the game-winning defensive possession on R.J. Barrett that puts the most pressure on him possible, that forces a tough fadeaway three that he almost made. Like, he almost made it. But, again, just really, really good defense from Russell Westbrook, man. 21, 6, and 6. And the great thing you love to see about it, Russell Westbrook was 6 of 10 from the field, just 1 of 5 from 3, but he was 5 of 5 from 2 today, 8 of 10 from the line. 8 of 10 from the line, 1 block, 1 steal. He did have 4 turnovers, but he had, again, just an amazing day defensively. And Russell all year has really been good defensively. It's really just the off-ball stuff, some of the action things he doesn't do well all the time. But getting a 6 for 10 shooting performance from Russ made a lot of the difference today. Off the bench, Peyton Watson had his first really good game of the year, first good game of the year. 29 minutes played, by the way. Stepped in for Aaron Gordon. 16 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 7 of 9 from the free throw line with 2 blocks and 2 steals, 1 turnover, and he was a game high +9. Peyton Watson had some key defensive possessions today that were excellent. His recovery speed was excellent. Now, he got crossed up by R.J. Barrett at one point, but really, his closeouts on Chris Boucher, he had some really standout plays today, but none of them were bigger. Then at the end of the game, Christian Braun gets a 3-pointer, and then Jokic gets a 2. Jokic gets a steal on the other end. They run back. Jokic is backing down the defender. Peyton Watson is wide open in the corner. Jokic passes to him. Peyton Watson hits the shot and helps to push the game away. Man, like, just a huge shot. And I hope that this game is a great launching point for Peyton to have the best season of his career, because the Nuggets need it. He's worked for it. And it makes all the difference in the world when you can have a wing that's athletic, that good of a defender, and then being able to do all the stuff that he needs to do, man. Like, it's just been an absolutely, like, up and down process for Peyton Watson. But today, honestly, he was excellent. So shout out to him, 16 and 3. Julian Strawther, man, 26 minutes played, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 of 10 from the field, but 2 of 4 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Had an excellent late game drive where he drove all the way down the lane, used Jokic's gravity. The defender stayed away and got a lay off the basket. That was a huge play. And he, again, 1 block, 2 steals. Everybody kind of filled up the shooting column today in the defensive stats for the Nuggets, man. 2 blocks, 2 steals for Peyton. 1 block, 2 steals for Strawther. And then Hunter Tyson off the bench didn't score, but 1 block, 1 steal, great activity, played defense, had a rebound. And, again, he's continuing to show that he's going to earn playing time with his team this year. And then Zeke Naji, 15 minutes. Really good defense. I would say very good defense. The offense will get there. 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 of 3 from the field with the block, and he was a -2. And, DeAndre Jordan got 6 minutes today, 2, 4, and 1 from the field. He did have a block. He also was a +3 in his minutes, but Zeke Naji, I think, is just like the clear answer for the Nuggets for their backup big issues they're having right now. Dario Saric was the Denver Nuggets' highest paid acquisition. He was the Denver Nuggets' highest paid acquisition. And he didn't get any playing time today. This is the second straight coach's decision DNP. So the writing's on the wall for Saric. I don't know if they can salvage this. I don't know if they can trade him, but it's clearly not going to work. He's not the player this team needs. If they get injured, I think he's going to be a player they go back to. But again, that's such a waste of precious money for the Denver Nuggets that they ended up paying this man, but then he ended up not being a player that they can have in their rotation. It definitely is just really frustrating. But I think that Zeke Naji, I think he proved today that he needs to get some more time. I think his defense made sense for this team. It makes sense next to Russell Westbrook and Strawther. They played a few really interesting lineups tonight. So there are some little quirks. There's some little quirks that I want to point out to you from a scheme standpoint. So on the top of the fourth quarter, so what happened in the first half is, even though Russ was playing well, the lineups that were out there with Russ, they were too Russ dependent. And I think for the Nuggets, they're going to really need to develop Julian Strawther as a secondary ball handler, because he needs to develop his game as it is. But they also need another player that can score and get downhill, that the defense is going to have to guard differently. So it wasn't really a criticism of Russ. It was just criticism, but the Nuggets were just too Russ dependent. But what they did in the second half in the fourth quarter, y'all, they ran a Russell Westbrook, Julian Strawther, Michael Porter Jr., Hunter Tyson, and Zeke Naji lineup. And it wasn't bad. Now, the spacing they need to figure out, because, in terms of where the players are kind of lodged on the court. But, man, you can see the identity. You can see what they're trying to do with that lineup. And it was really, something interesting. I hope we see more of it. But, again, that's the kind of stuff you want to see about Russ, where he has nothing but shooters around him to kind of accentuate his game. Earlier this game, they also ran a Christian Braun, Peyton Watson, Michael Porter Jr., Zeke Naji, and Nikola Jokic lineup. First time we saw that all year. They wanted some defense and length on the court. They got it. They still didn't play defense, but, again, another interesting lineup. They ran a Russ, Christian Braun, Michael Porter Jr., Zeke Naji, and Nikola Jokic lineup as well. Again, Zeke Naji was getting those minutes because Peyton Watson was playing a lot, and they wanted to get a backup 4 in the game, which, again, continues to make sense. The Nuggets defense, like I said, was horrible. They started the game off really well. They're up 11-5. Russ and Jokic had an inverted pick and roll die play that led straight to free throws for Russ. And then the Denver Nuggets had 4 horrible possessions, bad passing, Jokic throwing a cross-court pass for no reason, didn't do anything. It led to an 11-2 Raptors run. Michael Porter Jr. had a bad turnover, but Michael Porter Jr. had a DHO with Nikola Jokic that led to a wide-open 3. Julian Strawther came in for Russell Westbrook, and so Julian Strawther, Christian Braun, Porter, Gordon / Peyton Watson, and Nikola Jokic. And then Watson started getting to the rim a lot. He started getting to the rim a lot in this game, using his slashing ability and his athleticism. And like I said, 7 of 9 from the free throw line is huge, y'all. On the day, the Nuggets were only 10 of 32 from 3. They didn't get enough three-pointers up, and they didn't make enough. So they definitely need to continue to add that to the repertoire. But they were 49% from the field, 41 of 83. That definitely increased in the second half of the fourth quarter. But y'all, did you know the Denver Nuggets, I believe, are 4th in free throw attempts per game this year? That I will very much give a lot of that to Russ. Russ has been huge in generating more free throw attempts for this team. But today, the Denver Nuggets were 29 of 38 from the free throw line. They are just an aggressive downhill team now. 29 of 38 from the free throw line, and that made a big difference. Now they had 29 assists and 17 turnovers. That's horrible. That is not Denver Nuggets basketball. That has to be cleaned up. 38 assists to 13 turnovers for the Toronto Raptors. The Nuggets did have 44 rebounds and 14 offensive rebounds. They also gave up 14 offensive rebounds. On the Raptors side, Grady Dick, 10 of 20, 4 of 9 from 3, 26 points. He was a +1. Jakob Poeltl, man, was going crazy today. Now, he was a -5 in his minutes, but he was still cooking. 24 and 11 for Jakob Poeltl on 11 of 18 shots. Jokic was getting, especially in that little pocket pass area, Jakob was hitting that little floater, like possession after possession after possession. But ultimately, no Scotty Barnes for them. For the Denver Nuggets, no Jamal Murray, no Aaron Gordon made all the difference. So the Denver Nuggets get a win. They're 4-3. Next game, the Denver Nuggets are getting ready to play versus the OKC Thunder on Wednesday. And then they're going to play versus the Miami Heat on Friday, and then the Dallas Mavericks on Sunday. So the OKC Thunder are 7-0. The Nuggets are 4-3. This would be a great opportunity to see if the Nuggets can get a signature win to kind of reset the narrative about the team on the season. But Swipa Gang, let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe. Continue to build the Swipa Gang community. Y'all know what time it is. See y'all on the other side.